Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome as we start another week of the Clarence Bugs Show. Here's hoping all is absolutely wonderful with you and yours in your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven. Since the last opportunity we had at the end of last week to spend some time with you and yours. We start today's show talking about patterns. You know, when you stay abreast of any number of things, government action or inaction, trends in society, social media, higher ed, public education, whatever. After a while, you start to notice patterns. And if you are a reasonably intelligent person, after a while you go, hey, wait a minute. I've seen this play before. Here's a question, and I posed this to a gentleman earlier this morning. Where you work, if an email or a memo was sent out saying, we are sorry to inform our valued employees that in 30 days the company will be bankrupt. How many of you do you think would be allowed to go on vacation for a month? You do realize, do you not? That's where we are right now. the federal government, according to them, will be facing default this fall. They won't have the money to pay their bills. So you know what's coming next, right? The let's scare the bejesus out of the American people page from the playbook. Get ready because it's coming. After Congress returns to Washington, D.C., following their current recess, the fear-mongering is going to be ratcheted up to high gear. Oh my God, the federal government is about to go under. They can't pay their bills. Oh, there's not going to be any more Social Security. Oh, we're going to cut Medicare. Oh my God, we're going to cut off the SNAP benefits. We're going to have to stop welfare payments, the whole nine. And then, wink, wink, just in the nick of time, Congress will be presented with a 3,000-4,000 page budget dropped on their desks at about 4 o'clock Thursday evening, and they'll have all night to read it before they vote on it the next morning. Remember those famous words from Nancy Pelosi? Well, we've got to pass it to find out what's in it. Remember that crap they fed us? Now, if you've been paying attention at all, how many times in recent memory have we been told, oh my God, the federal government is about to go under? And then miraculously, they come up with a budget and they vote in the waning moments to pass it. And then they all pop the champagne corks and the confetti drops from the ceiling and, whew, oh man, we dodged a bullet that time, America. Ha ha ha. We have seen this foolishness before. You know, if Americans had anything near the gumption that Americans of old had, in the next election cycle, we would fire every single member of Congress, and we would fire the current occupants of the White House. Kick them all out. Every single one of them. And we would therefore send a very powerful message that the American people are sick and tired of this crap and we're not going to take it anymore. We also would send a very strong, unequivocal message to the next crop of people that want us to vote for them so that they can enrich themselves at our expense. At what point, y'all, do we as Americans go, oh, no, man, hold on. You pulled this crap on us last year. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, you pulled it the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that, ad nauseum. And here these clowns are on recess. Can you say Nero fiddled while Rome burned? They know this is coming. But now you also know what this is all about, don't you? I am not a betting man, y'all. My late father, God bless him, was one hell of a poker player. But he never let any of his children engage in any sort of activity that could lead to a gambling addiction. Y'all gonna laugh at me, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm used to it. I didn't learn to play dominoes until my freshman year of college. To this day, all the card games that, I was going to say black people, but white people too, all the card games they play, I don't know a lick about any of them. Spades, tunk, bid whisk, I can't play any of that. And at this stage in my life, I have no interest in learning. So I'm not a betting man. I am proud to say, and nothing against them because they provide jobs for folks in the area. I am proud to say I have never set foot in anybody's casino and placed a wager on anything. It's just not a part of who I am. But I'll take odds on this. When that 2, 3, 4,000 page budget monstrosity hits the desks of the members of Congress with less than 12 hours to read it all before they vote on it, what do you think the odds are that snuck in there somewhere, buried deep in the uttermost recesses of this budget monstrosity, what do you think the odds are that there's going to be $25 billion for Ukraine stuck in there? Just a question. Just a question. We have seen this play before, y'all. We have watched it over and over and over again. You ever watch one of your favorite movies and you've seen it so many times that you have the dialogue down pat? And if you're sitting in the room either by yourself or with a loved one, before the actor or the actress can say the line that you love so much, you jump up and say it. How many times does that happen? Well, same thing here, my fellow Americans. We have seen this play before. The only question now, because we know where it's going, we already know. We would have to be plumb stupid not to know where this is going. So the only question is, for me, how long are we going to continue to put up with this foolishness? How long are we going to continue to allow these people to play us like suckers? Again, where you work or used to work, if the memo came out saying, beginning of next month, the company's bankrupt. Now y'all go on a month's vacation and have a good time. We'll see you when you get back. Do you think that would happen where you worked? Of course now, when you work someplace that has no accountability, when you work someplace where they spend all of their time getting people over here to fight the people over here, when you do that, the American people can't keep an eye on who's in the middle, pulling the levers and running the show. This is an absolute travesty, y'all. This is third world banana republic kind of crap. You know this is coming. And to my knowledge, and forgive me, person, if I'm wrong, not a single member of Congress, the last time they were all together, stood up and said, Madam Speaker or Mr. President, we are going to be entertaining bankruptcy in the next 30 days. I move that we do away with the recess and we get down to the business of taking care of the people's business. I don't remember anybody saying that or doing that. But they're going to cram this down your throat at the very last second. And then they're going to woohoo like they actually did something. Of course, now, they will only do that as long as we allow them to. First break of today's show. When we come back, segment 2, Tuesday edition. You know what that means, right? Yep, it's time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you are just discovering the show, you may not be aware that in direct response to the ever-expanding level of stupid in our country, we have instituted a new segment entitled, Now That's Just Stupid. But you'll notice we're not talking about your everyday, ordinary STUPID. As the graphic on the screen shows you, this level of stupid requires its own word with its own spelling. Hence, STOOPID, as in, now that's just stupid. We start today's stupid with the New York Times. Surprise, surprise, right? Yeah. Last week on the PBS NewsHour, now that I think about this, it makes perfect sense. I mean, we're talking about a columnist from the New York Times going on PBS. So you know already when you mix up that much stupid, you pretty much know what's going to come out of it. Okay? You don't have to be Einstein to see this one coming. Super stupid. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you, brother. That's why I love you. David Brooks, columnist for the New York Times, in this interview on the PBS NewsHour, said that actually the Democrats are extremely lucky to have Joe Biden as their candidate. Woohoo! You heard me right. Quote, anytime you look at some alternative, whether it's the mystery moderate from the Midwest or Gavin Newsom or anybody else, things start unraveling really fast. And so the Democrats are lucky, frankly, to have a candidate in Joe Biden who has presided over an incredibly strong economic recovery, who has presided over pretty good international peacekeeping efforts in Asia and in Europe. And I believe his numbers will go up as inflation goes down as it is. So let me get this straight. You bungled the withdrawal from Afghanistan, costing American lives. But this guy says you've been a smashing success on the international stage. Say what you will about him, Vladimir Putin would not have dared set foot in Ukraine if Donald J. Trump was president. Oh, but the Democrats are lucky that they have Joe Biden. He then went on to say, and here's proof positive, that stupid knows no bounds. He then went on to say, not only are we lucky Democrats to have Joe Biden as a candidate, but he went on to say, the problem is we're not as grateful as we should be. STOOPID. Stupid. Secondly, have any of you wondered? Marty said, nope. Have any of you wondered whatever happened to all of the building materials that were purchased with taxpayer dollars to erect a wall along our southern border with Mexico? You ever wonder what happened to all that stuff? You know that immediately upon taking office, Joe Biden decided to stop construction of the border wall. And by the way, the numbers were released just yesterday. For the month of July alone, just that 1 month, 250,000 people walked across our borders and set up shop. And that's not in addition to the, quote, gotaways. And you realize whose money is going to pay for the health care, the housing, and the feeding of these people, right? But I digress. We now find out that it is expected that Congress, when they return from recess, they're going to push what's called the Finish It Act. Finish building the freaking wall. We've already paid for the material. All we need to do is go ahead and finish it. Finish building it. Well, just recently we found out, in anticipation of heading this off at the pass, Joe Biden has been selling off all of this equipment that he let sit out in the desert and rust away. He's also been selling it at a loss. This doofus couldn't even sell the material for what it's worth so that the American taxpayers could at least get their money back. But this clown at the New York Times says, we're lucky to have him as the president. Y'all just not grateful enough. STOOPID. Stupid. Finally. How many times have you all heard me call California the granola state? Clarence, I'm new. I've only seen a couple of shows. Why do you call California the granola state? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. If you take out the fruits and the flakes, all you have left are the nuts. You ought to get that later. This week, school system in California decides we need a new mascot. Okay, why do you need a new mascot? Well, because some of our students are offended and they're not comfortable with the current mascot. Okay, so what's the current mascot? Well, the mascot is the Minutemen. Okay, what's your problem with the Minutemen? Well, one of them is carrying a musket. That's a firearm. So let me get this straight. You want to change the mascot that's been in existence forever because one of the Minutemen is carrying a musket? Well, yeah, that's a firearm. And kids don't feel welcomed when they come to school and the mascot is holding the firearm. Now you know why. Number one, I call them the granola state. Fruits, flakes, and nuts. But now you also know why. They are trying so very hard to not teach real American history in schools. You do know, Mr., Mrs., Ms., granola state people. You do realize, do you not? If it were not for the Minutemen and their muskets, you wouldn't have a country. There would be no United States of America. All y'all would be British subjects. You would be subjects of the crown. You would be the property of the British Empire. And you want to do away with the mascot because one of the four is holding a musket. Help me out, Marty. When we go back through history and we see a depiction of the Minutemen, typically there's four, right? There's one playing the piccolo. There's another drummer. There's another holding the United States flag. And the fourth is holding a musket. That pretty much sums up the whole deal. And they have now banned the mascot because he's holding a musket. And that might offend some students because it's a firearm. Take out the fruits and the flakes, and all you have left is stupid. You know something that's not stupid? That's making the necessary, albeit uncomfortable, final arrangements. I hate to be the one to break this to y'all, but one day you're going to die. None of us makes it out of this existence we call life without doing so. The only question is, when that time comes, how prepared are you? That's where our great friend of the show, Lee Serio, and his darling wife, Gretchen, come in. Their connections are with over 2,000 funeral homes all across the country, and they specialize in making sure that no detail of your final arrangements, your celebration of life, your funeral, whatever you want to call it, is exactly the way you want it. No detail is too large, no detail is too small. And if by chance you're a veteran, they excel in helping you get the veterans' benefits that you're entitled to. Now this Thursday, the final Thursday in the month of August, Lee has very graciously, and I'm sure Gretchen's going to be with him, he's very graciously considered to take the time to come and talk to you personally about something that many of you aren't all that comfortable talking about. I get it. But at the end of the day, you know, most of our parents taught us the old saying, better to need and not have than to have and not need. You follow me? Get this taken care of, y'all, ahead of time. The peace of mind that comes with knowing it's all been taken care of is something you cannot put a price tag on. Oh, and did I mention, if you come out this Thursday, final Thursday of the month of August, Lee, right here at Old School Barbecue, is going to pick up the tab for your lunch. Now that's a real Louisiana boy. He's going to sit you down and talk with you comfortably in everyday jargon. Don't have to worry about the hithertos and where thous and all of this kind of stuff. He's a good guy, and he's easy to talk to. Come on out, let him pick up the tab for your lunch, and let him put your mind at ease about moving forward with making sure your family has the peace of mind that they deserve. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue is where he'll be and where yours truly will be. Come on out for 11 o'clock. Watch the live taping of the show. And then afterward, we'll turn the floor over to Lee, and he will answer all of your questions free of charge. That, my friends, is as good as it gets. Let me get this bottom of the hour break out of the way. When we come back, Louisiana news. That's next. When we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
It's time to go where summer leads you during this season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bud Show. In Louisiana news, obviously, we have, I'm not going to say become accustomed to, because I'm a Louisiana boy and I just cannot get, quote, accustomed to this heat wave that we're currently dealing with. Well, Clarence, that's because you old. Well, that's a blessing, my friend. That's a blessing. I think it was, who was it, Marty? Richard Pryor, in one of his stand-up comedic routines, said that there's something to be said about living to be old, because you don't get old being no fool. So I'm happy in that regard. But it was announced this week that if you are a customer of Entergy, the electricity provider, and you are not caught up on your utility bill, and I'm sure you, like yours truly and everybody else, has been dealing with some rather outlandish utility bills, unless, of course, you take energy-saving measures ahead of time. Entergy announcing that through September 9th, they will not cut off your electricity because of an overdue bill. Obviously, being in a home without air conditioning, with what we're currently going through for elderly or compromised individuals, could well be a death sentence. I haven't seen any numbers just yet about how many deaths in Louisiana can be directly attributed to this current heat wave, so I'm not going to speculate one way or the other. I do know for a fact, however, attempting to stay in a house without electricity during this current heat wave is a life-threatening situation. Governor John Bel Edwards has declared a heat emergency through September 9th. And Entergy, in conjunction with that, says that they will not disconnect any customer's electricity until the governor's heat emergency expires. Entergy says that they are also considering extending this extension if the Louisiana Public Service Commission gives them the go-ahead to do so. So, if you want to get involved, call your local representative on the Public Service Commission. Let them know that your fellow Louisianians are in dire straits right now, and you would consider it as a personal favor if they were to be so kind as to extend this particular no disconnect order, for lack of a better phrase. I just made that up on my own, but you understand the sentiment here. Again, Entergy says it may well extend beyond that. That, of course, is contingent upon the Public Service Commission making that recommendation. Speaking of the heat and things that we are dealing with, the good folks in West Baton Rouge, parish officials there, are asking residents there to please not water their lawns. I can't tell you the number of lawns that I passed coming into Old School Barbecue this morning to shoot the show that are literally barren. I mean, some yards, you start to wonder, was there ever any grass here? Was it ever green? I mean, the entire place is about as brown as yours truly. It's just amazing everywhere you look. And I saw not long ago, 2 days ago, as a matter of fact, I saw a lady, God bless her, out watering her lawn. This was maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And I was this close to pulling the car over and striking up a conversation with her to let her know, ma'am, you are actually doing more harm than good right now. If you're going to water your lawn, and if you're in West Baton Rouge, they're asking that you don't, because they are in a situation now where so many people are doing it to try and save their lawns that they run the risk of extremely low water pressure. And firefighters need adequate water pressure to be able to fight fires this time of year. I think I saw one in Zachary, one in Sabine Parish, and one someplace else. May have been in Manny, Louisiana, where wildfires now are breaking out. But if you water your lawn, you've got to do it early in the morning, preferably before sunrise, or late in the evening, well after sunset. If you don't, you know what's going to happen, right? It's just pretty much a waste of water, because if you water it in the middle of the day, it's pretty much immediately going to evaporate. If you do it before sunset, it's pretty much going to do the same thing, going to evaporate. So you end up defeating the purpose, all the while lowering the water pressure and running up your water bill. So, if you can, not including folks in West Baton Rouge, do it early in the morning or very late in the evening. Word to the wise, my friends, should be sufficient. Finally, this story, I am so sad to say, encapsulizes the city that I love so very much and the state that is my heart. You've known for God knows how long our laissez-aller, bon temps roulé attitude has a way of spilling over with negative consequences. We are the number one state in all of America for individuals killed by drunk drivers. I get it. I understand. Clarence, they passed that law about about 15 years ago that if you have more than 5 pounds of boiled crawfish at one time, you have to have a cold beer. And I just forgot how many cold ones I had had. I get it. There's nothing on the planet like a big old heaping bowl of freshly boiled crawfish, shrimp, Louisiana blue crab, and a cold one. Nothing like it. But when you don't possess the discipline to put the keys someplace, get an Uber, get a Lyft, they still have taxi cabs, Marty. Yes, I see yellow cab every now and then. If you don't have the discipline to do that, you shouldn't be drinking. Like this woman recently arrested. I hope I don't butcher the name too horribly. Kamaya Aites, A-I-T-E-S. Help a brother out, Marty. Marty over there watching TV, he ain't paying attention to me. He ain't a bit more paying attention to me than the man in the moon. This young woman, 33 years old, driving along Plank Road, when she struck a curb, overcorrected, hit the median, which caused her car to go airborne into oncoming traffic. Did I mention her blood alcohol content level was 0.246? That is in excess of 3 times the legal limit. 0.08. The law presumes that you're intoxicated. She was over 3 times the legal limit. And did I also mention the passenger in her car that died because of her alleged irresponsibility was not properly restrained and killed? And did I also mention there was a minor child in the car that fortunately still is alive? Y'all, to get 3 times over 3 times the legal limit, do you realize how many opportunities she had to stop drinking, but chose to continue on? And now someone is dead because of it. As I like to say all the time, y'all, we are supposed to be better than this. I refuse to believe that we are not better than this. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads and Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads and Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads and Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads and Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreysstoneCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
That's an inside joke, Alan. I'll fill you in on that later. You know, sometimes you laugh to stop from crying. The rule of law in this country, we've watched steadily erode in recent memory. People now are willing to do things that not so very long ago they wouldn't do, due in large part to the fact that they would be shamed into oblivion. How many times, if you are a member of the greatest generation, or if you are a baby boomer, how many times do you remember hearing your parents say, "I can't believe you did such and such. You embarrassed yourself, and you embarrassed your father and I. You embarrassed the family name." And that was about as low as you could go, because it was no longer just you. It was your entire family. So there were certain things not so long ago that you just did not do. You wouldn't be caught dead doing certain things because of the shame that it would bring to the family name. Well, nowadays, shame, apparently, is a thing of the past. Remember not long ago, a couple of weeks as a matter of fact, we talked about the 6-year-old in Virginia that stole his mother's handgun, brought it to class, and shot his teacher. This 6-year-old, later on, in talking to school officials and law enforcement, when they asked what happened, he willingly said, "I shot that bee to death." He didn't say B. This is a family show, so I can't spell it out for you, but use your imagination. 6 freaking years old. Well, Washington, D.C., not to be outdone, mind you, although they got some catching up to do. Have you been keeping an eye on the crime problem in our nation's capital? A 12-year-old arrested yesterday for an armed carjacking. Can you imagine at 12 years old getting a gun, forcing someone out of their car and stealing it at the point of a gun? If you're like me, you're sitting there saying, Clarence, I can't imagine doing that as a 12-year-old. Heck, I can't imagine it, and I'm 40 plus. It's as though there's a race going on to see who can hit the bottom first. My heart aches for that 6-year-old and this 12-year-old. Not over what they did, but it aches for them when I think about what their home life must be like for them to do something at this tender young age. I can't begin to imagine what this 6-year-old hears and sees from his mother on a daily basis. And you know, if she was the only one that had to interact with this child, that would be one thing. But you and I will encounter him at some point in the public. Not a very good picture, is it? I didn't think so. That being said, y'all, my time is up, and I got to go. But you already know the drill. But we'll do it anyway, just for you. This day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You know what? You are so right. America, we are not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know the good Lord loves you, and I hope you know that I do too. Either way, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you, brother.